Welcome to episode 86 for Gaming Dad 101, the show where gamers became dads and are now looking for cheat codes. If you're brand new to the show, Gaming Dad 101 goes live each and every single Wednesday as a podcast, and then it goes live as a video on YouTube each and every single Friday. I am your host for today, Chris. Now, you may be looking at me going, Chris, why are you by yourself? What's going on? Guys, fortunately, Ricky couldn't join us this week, and it really sucks for two reasons. Two very big reasons. Reason number one, Ricky is extremely sick. Like, it sounds like death. I'm sorry, Ricky, I love you, but you sound like death. The last time I heard you, I have not heard you since. Last time we spoke was through text message, and you said you lost your voice. So I'm hoping you feel better, dude. Please make sure you're taking your medicine. Please make sure that you're getting healthy. I really hope you're healing because I know you're listening to this. So, dude, go friggin' drink some water. Go take your vitamins. Do whatever the hell you need to do, but take care of yourself. And then reason number two, again, because I know you're listening and or watching. Happy birthday, Ricky. Yes, that's right, everybody. Today is Ricky's birthday. Don't ask me which number, he didn't tell me. Today, July 17th, Ricky, happy birthday. Congratulations, man. I'm sorry that you're spending it sick. I really wish you were on the show so that I could wish you a happy birthday and congratulate you in person or even like live, you know, as we do our calls whenever we're doing it remote. But, dude, happy birthday. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And thank you for making content with me, man. I greatly appreciate it. So, hope you feel better. Hope you feel better for the weekend so that you can do something this weekend, Ricky. So, yeah. Again, feel better, dude. Like, I can't even... I've had that before. It really sucks. Now, let's go ahead and let's get into the first segment of the show, the reasons why we're broke. Now, this week, not too bad, really. There's really only one game that I have that's coming out this week. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong by joining us over on our Facebook group. Let me know if I missed something. But the only game that I have coming out this week is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is coming out for the Switch. So, if you haven't played it or if you want to check it out, it's coming out for the Switch this week, I believe on Friday. So, Go check it out, I guess. And let's go ahead and get into the news for the week. So, exciting news. It's finally been confirmed. Officially, we finally know that Nintendo has a new console. And it's called the Nintendo Switch Lite. Now, I don't know who. I'm not sure when. But I know that at some point, somebody on this show, I believe me, made that guess. So I'm going to need somebody out there who's like listened to all of the episodes, who knows the show like the back of their hand, to please reach out to me and tell me who's the one who called it Nintendo Switch Lite. So I know somebody did. I don't know. If it was me, sweet. If it was not, then, you know, that person was very much on the nose. And of course, the Nintendo Switch Lite, following the DS Lite. That's exactly what they did with the DS. They came out with a DS version, and then they came out with a DS Lite. And it was wonderful. It might have been the lighter version, but it was still great. So, I'm very curious to see it, but I do have my questions. So it's listed for an MSRP of $199, which is $100 cheaper than the current console that's out there. But there's a lot of stuff that you're losing. So, for starters, you're going from a 6.2 screen on your traditional Switch to a 5.5 screen, but you're still going to keep the same 720p resolution, but, of course, smaller screen. And then the other caveat is, first of all, the Joy-Cons don't come apart. They're one system, so it's all attached, it's all together. But that also means that you can only play games on handheld mode. It means that this Switch also does not work with your TV. So there's a lot of things that kind of bug me about the Switch. But if this is not your main Switch, or this is your second Switch, or if this is your Switch for your kids, it may be the Switch for you. It's one of those cases where I've been curious about it to, you know, get it for my wife, because she's been wanting one. But it's one of those I'm wondering if it's worth what you're losing. You're going to be losing a lot of the sensors. You're not going to have the high definition vibration, I believe. So you are losing features to have a cheaper console. But to an extent, with the things that you're losing, I'm kind of the mind that I'd rather pay the $100 extra. Now, I know that not everybody can do that, but it's one of those cases where make sure that you're looking at what you actually want to get. Now, it is going to come in a variety of colors, of course, yellow, gray, and turquoise. I really hope I said that correctly. This is not the first take that I make, and I've tried to say that. So I hope I said it correctly. And then, of course, they're also going to have a Pokemon Sword and Shield theme Switch, which is like a light gray, kind of like a Frosty with Pokemon on the back. It's really friggin' awesome. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see what it is. I'm interested to see how it does. Oh, the best part. It comes with an actual D-pad. The best part comes with an actual, like, standard, legit D-pad. So that's friggin' exciting in and of its own. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Again, debating on whether I'm going to get one or not. I'll let you guys know, of course, if I do, and we'll discuss it. So stay tuned for that. But I think, I don't know, it's one of those, again, going back and forth. If this is not your first Switch, it may be worth it for you. So I highly recommend that you look into it. They're going to be coming out to market September 20th. So let's go ahead and now get into some Microsoft news to come up from Nintendo. Microsoft is going to be deactivating any account that has been inactive for 2 years. So if you are kind of like me that has not really logged into the Xbox system, you may want to log in so that you don't lose your account. Now, there are 2 ways to be safe that you don't even have to worry about. Well, 3 ways, really. Number 1, you play it constantly. You're active. You don't need to worry about it. Way number 2, if you maintain a subscription, so if you have Xbox Live, if you have Games Pass, that sort of thing, it's going to keep you active even if you're not using it. But then again, I would like to think that if you're paying for it, you're using it consistently. But if you're not, it's still going to keep your account active, so you don't have to worry about that. And then, of course, the other way is if you have any money in your wallet, they're going to keep your account active because of that as well. So those are the 3 ways to make sure that you maintain active. Again, if you're like me, make sure that you are logging in to your account. At least if you don't want to lose it. I know that if I lost my account, I'd be very upset about it. And I know there's a lot of people who would be. But then again, if you're one of those people who don't care, then, well, don't worry about it. They're about to delete your account. And with that, let's also go into some more Nintendo news. They made an announcement coming out today on Ricky's birthday, July 17th. They announced that joining the NES lineup is Donkey Kong 3 and the Wrecking Crew. And then now what they also announced is the coolest feature, something that is going to get me to go back and play the original Zelda for sure. They are introducing a rewind function. By pressing ZL and ZR, you're going to be able to rewind up to certain frames of your gameplay so that you can redo them again. So if this doesn't motivate you to go back and play some of those classics, I don't think anything will. Because at this point, like you can rewind, guys. Just go play the game. Go have fun. It's going to be awesome to go back and be able to have that functionality. I am for sure going to go back and be playing all of those games. So let me know if you're going to enjoy that too, if you're looking forward to it. And then this last bit of news, I'm going to go ahead and read an excerpt from IGN. This is called an article by John Wilds called GameStop to Create New Store Concept and Offer Retro Gaming. So it's no secret that GameStop has had a rough few years financially. They saw a third quarter loss of nearly $500 million last November, and even after selling Sprint Mobile for a cool $700 million. Recently, it had to stop searching for a new buyer, with its stocks plummeting by over 25%. Obviously, something needs to change, and today GameStop announced that its new business saving strategy is turning stores into unique experiences. Together, GameStop and RGA are going to be developing and piloting new and streamlined physical store concepts, introducing new ways for gamers to try new titles before they buy them. They're going to look into competitive sessions and homegrown e-leagues to locations that sell strictly retro gaming software and hardware. So I did go ahead and obviously cut up the article a little bit. I'd recommend you read the full article over on IGN. It's an interesting concept. I think that it's probably GameStop's best move in order to survive. Now, with everything that they've had through the years and everything that we've all traded in at ridiculously low prices, I'm sure they are able to kind of have a resurgence with refurbished ware. So that's going to be interesting. I think that focusing on retro, especially now as we're getting older as gamers, and those of us that grew up in the NES Atari era are starting to kind of miss and want to relive those retro moments, like me with the Rewind feature for Zelda. I think that's probably going to be their best bet, because focusing on games and newer consoles and going forward, let's face it, it's all going digital. It's all going to go in that direction. So I don't even think that's going to be a viable option for them anymore, really, aside from possibly selling newer consoles just to sell the consoles and get them out to market. I don't necessarily see that that's going to be good for them. But focusing on retro gives them a specialization, and I think that that's exactly what they need. Now, the only problem is, of course, they still have too many stores. They're oversaturated with stores all over the US. So unfortunately, that is still going to have to change. But it's interesting to see GameStop in the spot that a lot of our old mom and pop shops were in a long time ago. I remember a time where we had more mom and pop shops, and GameStop came and wiped them all out. Back when there were EB Games and right when they turned into GameStop. So it's interesting to kind of see them in this predicament. It's kind of sad. To an extent, it really sucks. I do wish them the best with this. I know that they have been looking into what markets they can get into to survive and thrive, and I really hope that they find a way to stick around. But as far as the stores go, I think kind of turning them into more of a retro shop, it's going to be more beneficial to them. So definitely something to consider and something to be interested about. Hopefully they make a rebound, because they really do need one. Now, guys, that does it for this week. That's all the news that I have for you for this week. That's all the news that caught my eye. That's all the news that seemed interesting. That's all the news we thought you guys would want to hear. And also because I'm by myself, and it's weird. It's hard. It's difficult to talk to yourself by yourself for an entire episode and actually host an episode. Now, if you're new to the show, every week we have what's called a parenting cheat code. This week, it's just going to be just like a regular cheat code, and it's going to be a lame one, but be prepared. Make sure your guests don't back out last moment. I had guests lined up for the episode. It was going to be more than just Ricky and myself. They canceled. That fell through, and then Ricky got sick, and then I tried to get a backup, and then that didn't work. So now I'm here, guys. So what's up? So yeah, make sure your guests don't cancel on you. I told you it was going to be a lame cheat code for this week, but again, I'm by myself, guys. So I would love to hear: are you going to get the new Switch? Are you interested in looking at the new Switch? Are you one of those people like me who have not logged into Xbox and are not going, oh man, I need to find a way to get back in there? Because if you're like me, first of all, use the PC. You can still log in Xbox through the PC. Do that. I'm sure, and I pray that saves my account, because I'm accessing Games Pass through there. In the last, 6 months ago, I canceled Games Pass about 2 months ago. I'm thinking I'm going to renew it. Just to be 100% safe and make sure. But definitely, are you going to be one of those people trying to save your account? And then, of course, more importantly, what do you think about the Switch? And also, what do you think of GameStop? Do you think that this is a smart move? Where do you think they should go next? I would really be interested to hear what you guys have to say. So if you haven't done so already, do me a favor. Go over to Facebook. Type in at the top search bar, Gaming Dad 101. It says it right here at the top. Or you can follow this link here if you're looking at us on YouTube. Facebook.com/groups/Gaming Dad 101. Go there. Sign up. One of us will approve you. It's either going to be me, Ricky, or somebody else from GeekEnd. And get in on it, because we're a group of people. We love to chat. We love to share memes. We love to talk about games. So join us. We'd love to hear from you. And then I'm going to ask you for another favor. Now, have you been listening to the show? Do you like the show? Are you you guys are awesome, I would love to do something to help you? Sweet. I have the perfect job for each and every single one of you. If you haven't done so yet, go rate us over on iTunes or whatever you're listening to us on. If you're watching this on YouTube, go click the thumbs up and go hit subscribe. It's right over here, right here to the right. If you're listening to us as a podcast, wherever you're listening to us, go ahead and give us 5 stars. And in the rating where it tells you to comment, Don't even worry about the comment. Put whatever you want. If you hate us, you know what? Give us 5 stars and then be like, you guys are terrible. If you love us, give us 5 stars and tell us you guys are awesome. The important thing here is 5 stars, people. But definitely, if you have not rated us, please go do so, because it really, really does help the show. And we are really trying this year to try to grow the audience some. So anything, share the episode, share it with your friends, tell people to come check it out, share the Facebook group on Facebook, anything and everything. Please get us out there. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this week. Well, joining me this week since I'm by myself. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us all the time. Make sure, again, subscribe and like us on everything. We're live each and every week as a podcast on Wednesday, live on video on YouTube on Fridays. Subscribe, rate us. You can follow us on all our social media accounts by looking for Gaming Data 101. You can follow GeekEnd Cast. And, man, I forgot our Twitters. My Twitter's Vixen, Ricky's Picky Gamer Dad. There you go. It's very hard when they're not underneath your face all the time. So, once again, guys, thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you next Wednesday. And in Ricky's words...